Oh, does this not play the intro immediately?
Oh, it should though. I
Well,
think.
that's interesting.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy.
All right, guys, we're back. Welcome to our last podcast for the year, Footy Fantasy Podcast. My name is EJ. I'm the host today. I know you're surprised to see Aya and then someone else is hosting, but guess what? It's my show today. So, let's Aya say hi.
Hello, everybody. Good to be here. I had to sub in for the Chelsea fan data, but
Yeah,
I'm
you're
always
gonna
ready.
represent Chelsea for us today.
Yeah.
And then Raji, how far? Say hi.
Hey, how is everyone doing? I'm doing well. Hope you guys had a good holiday. Glad to be here again.
Awesome. So before we jump in, we're going to plug our social media handles. If you're not following us already, if you're not subscribed, please join. YouTube at Footy Fantasy, Twitter at Footy at Fantasy, IG at Fantasy Footy. We're very active. All right, we're gonna jump right in. Biggest surprise of the season. All right, so we're talking anything: player, person, team, event, whatever you want to say. I'll start with you,
Who? Me or Ayo?
Raji. Go.
All right. I think the biggest surprise of this season, probably so far for me, has been Nottingham Forest. Not necessarily because they are fourth. I think that generally speaking, there's always a surprise team every season that seems like they're struggling or they're fighting for the top spot.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting to me is their organization and the ability to actually play. Mostly because they've changed their coach. Their consistency is what actually is very surprising to me. I don't think they're going to be in the top four, but I think that their ability so far, especially given the fact that some of the reasons why they're doing so well, is because of some of the Newcastle players they got because of this FFP. But I'm quite pleasantly surprised by the Nottingham Forest team.
Okay.
So apart from Elliot Anderson, who's the other Newcastle player there?
They have their striker. What's his name? The guy from New Zealand.
Chris Wood?
Chris Wood. Yes, he was
Oh,
in
yeah.
Newcastle.
Newcastle?
Yeah, that's true. He used to be Newcastle.
When?
For the season, he joined the Christmas. We got Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's been at
And then
Nottingham Forest he was there last season.
Yes. So he was with us for a year, and then we sold him to Nottingham Forest. And then the Christmas, he now played against us and scored a hat trick against us. But he's doing well this season too.
Yeah. Good shout. Before you go, Ayo, let's take this comment because I don't know why he has to say all this. Like, you don't even mention anything. Champions elect. Who's that? Who's Heritage United? Who's Purdue Inc.?
That's easy now. I think that's easy.
I know. We don't care. Ayo, go for it.
I think my biggest surprise has been Bournemouth. Just because I know the last season they already showed they were a good team. They showed signs. I know last season they beat us. They beat a couple of teams last season, a couple of big teams. But this season they've taken a step further because I thought they were going to get found out because they don't really have talent like that.
Right.
When you look at them, they don't have like any known talent, but they always find a way to like murk it up against teams. They're pressing. They're beating Spurs. They're beating Arsenal. They're beating City. They're beating United. Like they are just a very, very well coached team with very average talent. I would like to say, like apart from Semenyo, right? like when you watch them, they are one team you watch and you don't see a standout. Like, oh, like even Nottingham Forest, you can see that Chris Wood is a good finisher. He's in a good run. There's always all those smaller teams. There's always somebody you can say, okay, Morgan Gibbs White. You can see that. But with Bournemouth, nobody really stands out. But they're just a very good team, well coached team, and they execute very well. So I think Bournemouth is my biggest surprise.
Okay. My biggest surprise is Manchester City capitulating. I understand they lost Fulcrum, whatever, but we've always given them credit in the past for being able to replace plug and play, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden they can't. So that's very surprising to me. But I agree with your shout outs. Those guys, Northern Forest is sitting at number 2. And I understand that like some of these other teams aren't playing up to snuff, but still, that's number 2. Like Tottenham is typically top 6.
Yeah.
Keep drawing, lose, draw, win, draw, lose. Like teams they're not at the level that they were. Like the top 6 is not the traditional top 6 this year.
Yeah.
But they are. Nottingham Forest being up there is a big deal. Good for them.
Second, that's ridiculous.
All right. I'm gonna take some comments before we move. Doc said surprise team for him is Fulham, Forest, and Bournemouth in that order. Okay, Fulham. And then he said, how do you capitulate with losing one player when you have exactly? We don't want to hear it.
I will say this about Fulham because this happens every single season. At the first half of the season, they're flying hard. And then once they get enough points to stay up, they go on the beach and they start to lose all their games. So I don't think Fulham is that surprising right now. I think if they're consistent about this after February, then I would be surprised. But this is how they were last season and the season before. And then you're going to see them gradually decline in the league, and they're probably going to finish like 12th or 13th or 14th in the whole Premiership. So
United being 14th is not a surprise.
I mean, is it?
I think it's more of a reflection of where they should be, honestly.
I feel like you said this, Ayo. You told us last season that, what time? Where did y'all finish last season? Was it 8th?
8th, yeah.
Okay. You said that you guys were on the 14th form. I'm pretty sure you
Correct.
14.
Yes. Yeah. XGG first. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're seeing now, right?
The interesting thing is, for me, United has always played like a mid-table team. In a set, not necessarily for the longest term, but at least the last 3 or 4 years, they've always played like a mid-table team. But they've always had players to carry them through, like Bruno Fernandes, who just show up somehow, who scored 2 goals, beat them. Manchester United will be in a bad form, and then all of a sudden they'll use their stars to get over the hump. That's what Manchester United has always done. I think the problem is it's catching up with them this season. And because of the lack of consistency and because of the horrible manager you had in Ten Hag, he was a bad man manager for sure. You guys lost a little bit of that edge, and it's carried over with this new manager, who I think is very good. And I think that what he's trying to do is going to create a more dynamic Manchester United. But I think it's going to take a while for you to see the way, the expectations, the results from that. With this coach, this Amorim, I'm looking at how he's trying to play. I think you guys could actually improve significantly next season. But, we'll live and enjoy what we currently have, the failures of Manchester United.
Don't you think? I mean, I've seen him say things like he has this plan and he wants to play a certain way. Don't you think that he should play to stay up? I'm not saying, I don't think they're in danger of going down. They're like clear. You're 22. The bottom is 12 or 14. So you're very clear of the bottom 3. But you're not clear of the person on top of the bottom 3. Like 17, they're 17. Is it 17, 18, 19? So the 17th person is on 17 points. So you're 5 points away from the person that's on top of relegation. And he's stubborn. I can already see. I see a stubborn man, which is okay to be stubborn, but you can be stubborn next season. I don't think you should be stubborn now. I think your goal now should be do what I can to stay up, get rid of these players in the summer. They're auditioning for him now. He needs to get rid of these. He shouldn't worry about, I need to force feed my style right now. I don't know. Like they're losing. They lost how many games in a row? Just 2 games, but
Three in a row. It's 3.
okay.
Mhm.
I just think I saw the
Long may it
stubbornness. I was like,
continue.
now's not the time. Next year you can be stubborn.
I think the easy thing is when people have told me this. I think you have to look at it. You can look at it both ways, right? Yes, what you said it kind of makes sense. Arteta did say that, right? That's what he did. When
Yeah.
things got better, that's what he had to do. And that's fine. That's okay. But you have to look at the situation. It's different. What was the ask when he was coming in halfway through the season? You could see from all his pressers, he didn't want to come. He said he made it open. He wanted to come at the summer. He didn't want to leave his guys. And I'm sure he's a smart person. Like you can see, even from his press conferences, the intelligent person, him and his agent, they probably talk like, hey, we are going to do this and do like an extended preseason, like during the season. There's going to be a lot of bad results. There'll be storms. You guys have to take it. But eventually we'll be fine. We need to do this so that we can filter out who can play the system and who cannot. Right.
Okay.
And I think when a lot of people are looking at the system, that's what's causing the problem. I don't really think so. I just think the player quality, like I think Raj hit the nail there. The recruitment under Ten Hag was atrocious. And that's just the reality. It was atrocious. And it was worse than the recruitment we've had, even though those ones have been average, which is always time, and managers, they were average. But at least in those times, we were able to get, like Raji noted, 1 or 2 players that kept the team afloat. Under Ten Hag, we did atrocious recruitment for the most part. So it has brought the level of the team down. And that's what you're seeing right now. So either way, like even if it changed back to like 4-3-3, I haven't seen anything big happening. Because the reality is when you look at it,
Personnel.
the talent level, our best talents are declining. Right? Like all not in the team. Like Rashford is on the team. Bruno is on his last legs. You can see that he can create a moment of magic here and there. Garnacho is falling off a cliff for a while. So it's the talent level has just declined. That's the problem. And whether you change the formation, change position, doesn't really matter. So we have a relegation 6-pointer coming up with Southampton. So I'm looking forward to that.
I think I'm gonna say this. I don't think Manchester United will finish outside the top 10. I think they will finish comfortably in the top 10. I think what's probably going to happen is that there's going to be a period where they have to change the way they play. Ten Hag was more of a stay back and try to absorb the pressure and then counter attack kind of manager. And Amorim is a dynamic. You guys have to be constantly moving, make use of the diagonals, create space for yourself if you can create space for yourself. And I think some of the problems that I'm seeing right now with Manchester United is that those people are not making those runs. And I think the reason why, what's his name? Bruno Fernandes was taken off, despite the fact that, it was his fault. He's the captain. He should do better. Was that he was frustrated with his teammates. They weren't making the runs. And the diagonals were not being used. Some of the players they have cannot cross the ball very well. And they're losing the balls. They're getting their ass kicked on corners and set pieces. So there are reasons why it's not working, but I think that you guys still have the quality. Whether we like it or not, Manchester they have the technical quality to be able to do well.
Okay. Let me take some comments before we go further. Okay. All I said, trust the process. EJ, please, I think it means put that jinx on them by saying United are too good to go down. I don't know. I don't think I'll even enjoy. Nah, I will. I was going to say I wouldn't enjoy Manchester United being relegated. Ha ha. Woo. All right. Doc says, so you mean Fulham is rich man's Arsenal, mon Dieu. United being 13th doesn't surprise or ain't surprising me. The team is in total disarray. No leadership on the field. Bad management. No. What's the other?
Director of football.
Oh, okay. You guys don't have a director of football still?
He got fired.
Oh, yeah. We don't either. He didn't get fired. Ours left.
Yeah.
And went to apparently Nottingham Forest. But I don't think he's at Nottingham Forest. I heard he's not there. So I don't know where he is.
He's there. I think he's there, right? He's on gardening leave. Gardening leave. I think that's what it is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I remember when Manchester...
He went to a higher position, I think. Anyway, not talking about just management of the players at board level. No clearly laid plans since Sir Alex left. I might sound arrogant, but Klopp just laid the benchmark on how you rebuild a team before passing off the reins, priming the successor to succeed.
It's not crop. It's FSG. Give FSG their credit.
Then
Liverpool. They don't like FSG their credit.
No,
Come on, it's FSG. Stop it.
Club.
It's a club.
Club almost left them high and dry. All right. Biggest surprise of the season, Nottingham Forest. Happy to see a black manager doing really well, though. Perfect.
No, Gomez. Okay. Is he black?
Is he
Okay.
black?
I was just about to ask. I was like, does he know he's black?
Who's Nottingham
Well,
Forest?
we can
I don't think he identifies as black, but it's good. That's another topic for another day. Nuno does not identify as black.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's Portuguese, right?
Yeah, he doesn't identify as black.
That's probably.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
Yes. Oh, sheesh. All
But
right.
I will say that I'm enjoying, Dan Ashworth. I remember when you guys were trying to get Dan Ashworth from us, and there was a lot of noise about it. And now you guys used him for only 3 months, and he's out. But we got the money, Sean. That's the good thing.
Yeah, it's just chicken change. 3 million is chicken change.
Wow.
Okay, that's good.
That's strip club spraying money. That's chicken change.
All right, okay.
All right.
I'm enjoying this.
We're going to go to the next topic. Combined EPL team of the season so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we need 11 players and a goalkeeper and 10 players. What formation do you want?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. You go. EJ, you decide.
Backseat driver host.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, what formation do you guys want? I want 4-3-3, but I'll let you guys tell me if you want something else.
I'll go with 4-3-3.
Yeah, I think most of the Premier League plays 4-3-3, so it makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So let's start. Who's the goalkeeper?
Matt
Sells.
Who?
Matt Sells.
Who's
Nottingham
that?
Forest goalkeeper.
I want my goalkeeper. What are we talking about? Less number of goals, most clean sheets. Nah. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but that's the truth. So
who does he play for?
Raya plays for Arsenal.
Oh, Raya, Arsenal. Well, I don't know. I think in terms of performance, I think that Marcel is probably the better goalkeeper because he has more saves. Maybe he doesn't have more clean sheets, but he has a lot more saves than Raya. He's been put under the cosh a lot more than Raya.
I mean, that's one way. I don't think anyone gives goalkeeper credit for most saves.
A tiebreaker. I think I will lean towards EJ. I think Raya, even though.
All right.
I think Raya. We can go with Raya.
Big six controversy. All right, cool. Let's go.
Well, I guess Nottingham Forest goalkeeper is in top 6. To be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Back 4. Let's start with the left back.
I think I would go. I chose the goalkeeper.
Yeah, let me go to left back.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's Robinson. I think he's been very good this season. The Fulham left back.
Who? Fulham. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that left back. I think that's my pick.
All right.
Don Robinson. He's been very good. I don't know if anybody disagrees.
I disagree. I would go with Lewis Hall from Newcastle.
I don't know about that.
All the numbers. If we're going by numbers, he's been the best left back in the league this season.
Based on what?
Best left back on stats, forward runs, the ability to progressive passes, dribbles, and the ability to tackle. He's the number one left back in the league right now.
EJ, you're the tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. Let me see if I have a third option. I really don't, because I don't really care about the left back position. So I'm going to do any, mini, minimum. Let someone can tie break in the comments. Let's move on. Center back pairing. What do you guys want?
You pick EJ. You pick.
Oh,
yeah.
I pick Van Dijk and Saliba.
I have no arguments there. Yeah.
I have no arguments there.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I don't understand.
Yeah,
why Arsenal fans.
We choose Saliba, but
Saliba is better defender. No arguments there. But this season, I don't know. I feel like it's Gabriel. But anyway, Saliba is fine. That's fine.
Yeah, Gabriel's injured for a couple of games, so
that's true.
He missed out some time. But it's hard to pick. Okay, so where does Van Dijk play in that center back? Does he play on the left or on the right?
On the left.
I think he plays on the right.
Yeah. So immediately I'm thinking you're competing with Saliba. I'm picking. No, you're competing with Gabriel. I'm not going to pick Gabriel ahead of Van Dijk.
Yeah.
And so I have Saliba there. That to me, no one's competing with him on the right hand side of that center back pairing. No one's giving us a left back. Damn.
No.
Meanwhile, all I say that Nuno is black.
Mm.
I mean, we're not going to discuss his race.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's clearly not white. I can tell you that he's not a white man. That's okay. All right. So right back, who do we want?
Yeah, so glad you picked that.
Yeah, I might be lazy on this one, but I do think that what's his name? Liverpool's left back might be the best choice in this one. What's his name again? Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think that he's not always consistently played, but whenever he's joined the game, there's been significant uptick in performance of Salah. Even if you look at the Newcastle game, if you look at the game today too, he's been extremely effective going forward. So I would go with that.
Yeah, I would go with Trent.
Trent's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Right.
Let's go in the middle. 3. You want a holding midfielder and 2 ahead?
Okay. I guess I can pick this one for the holding midfielder. That's with Gravenberch, right?
Yeah, I know.
Is it that Gravenberch or Caicedo? But I think it's Gravenberch. I think. You think he's an exceptional? I think.
Yeah.
I would argue for Tonali, man.
Come on.
I would argue for Tonali, man.
Come on now.
I would say Newcastle's midfield is the strongest midfield in the Premiership right now.
But we're saying over 18 games. Come on, Raji. In 18 games, Tonali.
Yeah,
from game 1 to now. No, you have to 18 games.
All right, fine. Gravenberch. I'll go with Gravenberch.
So you pick the other 8 then. Who's the 8 in the midfield then?
I think if that is the problem is now you're saying 8 over 18 games. I would say Bruno would have been a good number 8, but the problem is he hasn't played number 8 all season, so I can't choose him.
You just want to put all your guys in there, right?
No, not necessarily.
Bruno G has been good. I won't disagree.
I'll put Bruno there. Let's see. I mean, I'm curious to know what the argument against him will be.
I can't pick any of my guys because we've a lot of injuries and they're not playing in the same positions, really. So, who's the other person?
That's a good point. This has been an interesting season regarding midfielders.
Yeah.
I can't just put all Liverpool midfielders there because I don't think McAllister has been that great. I mean, you know what? I probably don't argue with that. I think that's fine. As long as there's one more person I have in my head I have to get it.
Okay, go. Who?
Caicedo has to get it.
Okay, so now we want Caicedo, Bruno, and
Gravenberch.
And Gravenberch. They're not going to play. They're not going to win.
Actually, that's true. When you think about it,
I still need someone that can.
Yeah, because we have to put Kopama in. I just thought about that. We have to put Kopama in. So,
but is Kopama playing a right wing or center midfield in this scenario?
I think it's like a 10. We just have to do like a 10 in this scenario. So it's like a 4-2-3-1. We have to put Kopama in. We have
let's do 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, everything still works.
It still works, kind of.
That's fine. All right. So now I'm seeing we have Bruno and
Gravenberch.
You have Cole Palmer in front of them.
Who's on
the right?
I think this one's like easy though.
Salah. Anthony Gordon.
So Saka doesn't get in because he's competing with Salah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Saka doesn't get in.
That's always a problem. It's always the story of his life.
Because Saka has been incredible. Okay, so Salah. Who did you say on that wing? Who did you say?
Gordon.
Let's stop this game.
I said Gordon. What? Wait. Let's think about this very well.
Who?
Okay, let's think about this on the left.
Who is competing with Anthony Gordon?
That's true. Martinelli has been crap.
He has been job sharing that position with Trossard. Neither of them are that good this year. Who's on the left for Liverpool?
Gakpo has been good.
But Gakpo has not been consistent either.
He has better than Gordon, though. I think he has better than Gordon.
Better than Gordon.
What has Gordon done? Yeah, I'm so surprised that his name is on
Gordon has been good, but it's supposed to be patches of game. Like Lucas just found their mode the last 5-6 games, though.
Okay. I mean, I can agree that, especially at the beginning of the season, it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But I think the question is, who is he competing with?
I think Coach Gakpo has better. That's the only person I can think of. I think
Wow.
Coach Gakpo. If you can think of somebody else, I don't know. I'm not going to put more than Gibbs White. Are we going to put him in there?
No,
I
not more.
mean, I know he's been good, but
Mm.
I don't think he's been play out the season good. Oh, you know what? There's somebody who I think we're forgetting. This Bournemouth guy. I think
But
he's good
he's
too.
right.
Semenyo's right. Okay, he's right.
Oh,
He's not left.
Okay.
And Buemo too is right too.
Wemo is left. Can they play left though? Some people can play both.
No, we're going to put them in their position.
Iwobi? That's Iwobi? Does Iwobi not play from that week?
No, will be plays in the middle.
He plays in the middle. Okay. I'm fine with Gakpo or Gordon. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I think Gakpo has better.
Yeah.
I'll let EJ be the tiebreaker. EJ, you're the tiebreaker since
You
nobody
guys,
comments.
you don't put fine boy Liverpool players on the table and expect me to pick other people. Why not? All right.
So what I'll say about that is, I'm looking at the stats right now. Gakpo has played 18 matches, 5 goals, 2 assists, and 4 yellow cards. And Anthony Gordon has played 17 games, 4 goals, 3 assists, and 1 yellow card. So this is
in terms of discipline alone.
the stats are not as
Ola is good with Gordon, so let's go with Gordon. If a Liverpool fan can say Gordon over Gakpo.
Okay. So if he can say Gordon, I agree. I'm not going to go against the Liverpool fan. All right, who's up top? Who's the person? Which striker are you guys going with?
Best striker in the league right now.
Isak? I agree with Isak.
Best striker in the league right now.
Aya doesn't agree. What do you want?
Who is better than Isak?
Don't say Haaland.
No, we can't put Haaland there. I agree with Isak, actually. Let's go with Isak. Haaland has been poor for like 8 years. You can't go in. And Isak would probably have had more goals than if he didn't get. He got injured one time for like a month.
Yeah, he was injured for a few games. Yeah,
for like a couple of weeks.
He's more consistent this season. And at the beginning of the season, he was also injured, so it took a while to come back.
I'm fine with that. Coach, let's do coach before we go.
Oh, coach.
Yes,
coach. Yeah, who's the coach? I'm going with Slot, but that's an easy coach. Do you guys want someone else?
I'll have to be Slot. I think it's Slot.
I'll go with Slot too.
Their run is incredible. It's incredible. Yeah, it has to be Slot. Yeah.
I think what makes him very interesting is the fact that at the end of the first half, when they come out in the second half, they always attack the weakness of whoever they are playing with. So even if you are leading at the end of the first half, they can come back and beat you in the second half.
That's the great point. That's true. I agree with that.
Let me ask you this controversial question. Is Slot better than Klopp?
No.
You say no. What do you say, Aya?
No, we can't say that. Over their career, no.
No, over their career.
Having a better season than Klopp had last season, yes. Because he's coaching this set of squad better than Klopp's coaching last season. Absolutely, no arguments there.
Okay, so that's one I'll say yes. And then what does that mean? I'm not saying he's a better coach. Let's not be unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like there's years involved. There's like caliber of players he's played with and all that stuff, trophies and all that. We're not saying better coach. I mean, do you think that in 8, let's say we give Slot 8 years and this team and changing them over, what do you think his projection or his, how do you think he can be projected so far from what you've seen? Do you think he has the potential to do what Klopp has done or even better? Do you think he has the potential to supersede Klopp at Liverpool?
I would say that for me, I'll say number 1, it's too early to tell.
Okay.
Number 2, I think that this is a season of momentum. I think that Klopp introduced restrictions. You know, he may have come and he's reduced those restrictions. The players feel freer to move about, and the team is more dynamic. But that's the same thing that happened with Tottenham and Ange in the first season. The first season was like, oh, okay, cool. We've gotten this attacking mandate. The problem with the Premiership is they always find you out. And the ability to adjust to that, which is probably going to start happening in the second half of the season, is going to be what determines. I don't think that Liverpool is going to run away with the league. I think they're in a very strong position right now, but I think that at the second half of the season, you're going to find teams that are going to figure out what the weak spot of Liverpool is. They've already started to probe. I think that in the second half, you're going to see them drop some points, some crucial points. And I think that's when you can ask the question. I don't think he's a better coach than Klopp.
Okay.
To answer a question about if he can supersede that part, I think the most important thing, we always tend to overlook is recruitment.
Yes.
I am not sure Liverpool be able to get another Mane, another Salah, another Van Dijk, because those are all-time great players that they got. Apart from Van Dijk, the other two they got for cut down prices, pennies. So I think the ability to get that might not happen because we've seen Man City has been the gold standard of plug and play recruitment, and even now they're struggling because recruitment is the hardest thing to do in football at the elite level. It is.
Yeah. So. Okay. Great points. Good points. I'm going to take some comments. Okay, Chico said Slot inherited a loaded team. I mean, we all thought that, and then we thought that they would be like they'll fall apart. I thought they would fall apart. I think I'm
thought so.
I read today.
Yeah.
I read today that Liverpool have only played 2 top teams away from home this season. That's what we said. We said they haven't played any no top teams. Now they played 18 teams, and still they've only lost one game, only drawn one.
Man City did not beat any top 6 side. I think apart from United, they didn't beat any top 6 side last season, and they won the league. So that doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I was gonna say that the idea that they inherited a loaded team is such a simplistic view of looking at football. I don't think that's how it works. Barcelona is still loaded. It's how you manage the game. It's how you tell them the instructions you give them, how you play, that would determine how good you are. It's not whether the team is loaded or not. You can give bad instructions to a loaded team and they would lose. So I think it's a very simplistic way of. I mean, look at Manchester United, loaded team but disgraceful.
I was waiting for that. Get your shots in. +1. So actually, I agree with your point. Before you shamelessly started taking shots. I think I agree with him to not add +1 to that. I think the narrative last season when Liverpool fell apart, I think it fell apart in April, was at least from all the Liverpool fans, I'll listen to them, they know better. Like, we don't have depth, they didn't back up. If they had more depth, when they had injuries here and there, they would have, pushed all the way. Like, the narrative was the squad wasn't good enough. I remember this, and nothing has changed, and all of a sudden the team is loaded. I disagree with that.
So I think what I would say to that, the loaded comment, is that I mean, earlier, Raja, you said that he has removed the restrictions. I see that they're a little bit more, they're tighter, like they're more defensively solid than last year. So maybe that doesn't negate what you said, but like they're definitely more defensively solid than they were last season. And even when they were going through their little run of poor form, remember they were still taking 22 shots on goal. It was kind of what we're seeing with Salah at the end of this game today, with him missing shots left and right, but they were already 4-0 up, so we didn't really care. That's what they were doing last season. When they played you guys United, what did they do? Like, you guys, they were winning, and then all of a sudden they let you all back in, and then they couldn't score again. So it wasn't even, they looked weird because I'm like, are you guys really that depleted, or you just not clinical anymore? So that's what happened last season. They capitulated, but it was weird because they could have won all those games that they lost. So it was interesting. So now I see a guy they're enjoying themselves, but they're not making silly defensive errors anymore. Also, their defense was depleted last season. We know that. Yeah, they're not making those errors anymore. And they have, I don't know who's unfit. They'll tell me Konate is unfit, but then, or they lost Gomez today. Then they'll come and play and win the game. Whatever. Liverpool, you guys must lose 3 games next year.
But I want to say this about the defense. All right, I think apart from today, Liverpool doesn't typically maintain clean sheets this season.
Right.
They score more than you score them. That's how they play. I mean, in the Champions League games, sure, they take advantage of space, and because of the speed, especially of the top front 3, and particularly Salah, they take advantage of the fact that the little teams have slower defense. And Salah has just been blessed by luck this season, because some of the goals he scored have been like truly remarkable. But I think the difference between them, and I think maybe the restrictions was a too generalized a statement. I think the movements are different.
Okay.
And I think that may be the reason why they're able to. The movement into half spaces may be different between Klopp and Slot, and that may be the reason why they've been able to break some things easily.
All right, so question before I move on. Why does Salah have so much space and time? This is the first day I've watched Liverpool very closely because I haven't watched him all season. He has so much time on the ball to even take a second to think and kick the ball into the net or not. And he has so much space and people are not closing him down. Why is he creating that space for himself, or are defenses just like clueless about his movement? And he doesn't track back as much. As an old man who doesn't track back, he has all this space and no one is closing him down. What is going on with him? Like,
for me, I think this is why I think it always happens this way. When Liverpool attacks, they always attack with like 3 or 4 players, each of them spreading the defense wide, and every one of them could be a danger man. And what Salah usually does is he goes wide first, and then he comes in until all the players are in the box, and then he starts to play from the center. So it's still fast. So even if he's an old man, he can get. He's always like the furthest along, and then he pushes the defense back, giving all the Liverpool players a chance to come forward, and then those guys spread the defense a little bit more. And because they have to mark so many players, Salah becomes and because he's coming in wide, it's always late to mark him. At least that's what I think. I don't know what's going on dynamically, but I will say that it always seems like he has space. And every single time they play, I'm like, Salah is going to score now. So,
space and time. It's crazy.
Two things in my opinion. First of all, I'll keep it simple. First is Salah is an all-time great. So all-time greats, like attackers, they always find the spaces, easily. Second is Trent Alexander-Arnold. His ability to like find players very quickly in space, in like diagonals or parallel passes is incredible. So yeah, I think those are 2 things. That's simple way I can answer it. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, wants me to correct myself. I don't know what I said, but he said 2 top 10 teams away from home. So meaning that they have only played 2 top 10 teams away from home.
And I remember my response was like, last season, Manchester City did not beat every team that finished top 6. Manchester did not beat any top 6 team at all. Home or away. Yeah, they did not. They won the league. They did not.
Even you guys? Okay, no, you all didn't finish top 6.
Okay, only Spurs that they beat Spurs. Just one game. Yeah. So.
All right. All I said, our squad last season wasn't the issue. Lots of injuries and lost steam at the end stage. EJ is right that Slot has made us tighter compared to last season. More control, less chaos. Oh yeah, what's his name was a chaos. Go, Energizer Bunny type coach. Yeah. Greetings from London.
Hi, Linga. Enjoying. I saw you watch the game.
I know. How can you be in London for so long? Come back to America. Salah like 10 years younger than all of you. Just kidding. I think I'm older than EJ. There's no way. And I'm older than Salah. And look, in football years, 32 is old. I'm so sorry. In football years, a winger at 32. This is the cliff. He's going to die like this.
Age curve, though. Age curve is a real thing. Salah did not play.
Who has not done it? Is there someone who hasn't done it yet?
No, I'm even saying age curve is a real thing in the sense that Salah did not play a lot of football.
Oh, age curve. Okay.
Yeah. In his 1920, he was like, introduced guy. He didn't play a lot of minutes until he turned like maybe 22, 20. That's when he started playing heavy minutes. So, but also he's lucky and has incredible genes. You have to add that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's an interesting point because I just watched the Jose Mourinho interview where he was talking about Rashford. And they were talking about how whether Rashford can improve if he was older. And he was like, he's been playing for such a long time. He doesn't see how he could improve because he has more experience than a lot of people who are older than he is. So it's an interesting conversation.
And a lot of United fans have been posting that misguidedly to kind of say, look at it. We have still have this Jose stance, United fans. I don't get it, but that's a conversation. It's like, look at it. Jose was right. I'm like, if you really understand what he's trying to say, he's just talking about the age curve thing, right? Rashford has played a lot of minutes, 18, Saka, Sterling, and people like that play heavy minutes when they were their kids. Usually never get to their 30s. Like, they always burn out.
It's going to be hard.
Late 20s, yeah. So that's what he was saying.
All right. Linger said, Salah shows us how healthy we could all be if we didn't drink. I don't drink, so I'm
I would say
helping.
that
AJ,
I would
stop
say
it.
that
For yourself.
this is the delusion of a Liverpool fan. This statement right
AJ,
here.
stop it. You say you don't drink. Stop it. Stop
I
telling me that
don't.
you don't drink. Stop
I
it. You
don't.
drink. You drink once a
I
month.
drink
You
what?
drink. You want to start talking
Twice
about? You
a
know,
month.
I know you
Twice a month.
twice a month. Okay, exactly. So
That
you
means
drink.
0 in
So you
reality.
drink.
Okay. One more thing. Aya is correct about not having to beat the top 5 to win the league. Man City didn't do it last season. And divisional top of the table in it. Sure.
Mhm.
Age curves. Didn't Salah play against United in the Champions League, the match Vidic did his ACL? As what? For Chelsea.
Maybe saying
It's
Chelsea.
possible.
Yes. He did play a lot of minutes though. That one, I know that for a fact. I've seen that.
Okay.
I'm not
I
just
don't know.
talking out of my ass, Ola. Trust me. I didn't just come on the podcast and just say things.
No,
If
that's
I have
okay
not seen
too.
it.
Yeah. All right. Good talk. Good talk. We're going to move to Newcastle. What has led to Newcastle's revitalized season? Raji, the floor is yours.
I mean, the answer is very simple. Playing Tonali at number 6 and playing a right winger in the right position. I think that has basically transformed the whole way Newcastle plays. One of the benefits of having Tonali in the middle is that he is very athletic and he doesn't look like it, but he's one of the fastest players we have. He's also physically strong, so he pushes players off the ball very quickly. And one of the things that he gives us that Bruno didn't give us in the number 6 position was how quickly he lets the ball go. So, those 3 things have contributed to a scenario where Tonali can get the ball, turn around and just poof the ball forward. And all of a sudden, Isak is one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And one of Isak's weaknesses this season has been one-on-ones. But giving us more chances at the post has been the reason why we've improved in the last few games. And also the second reason, the right winger being the right winger, we've experimented with that position. We've played Joe Linton, we've played Gordon on the right. But the problem has always been consistency. Once we got Jacob Murphy playing on the right wing, he has the ability to cross the ball very quickly because that's his natural position. He also tracks back and he's deceptively fast too. So that has created chances. And if you've noticed, he's contributed more than 6 goals in this last 3 games.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
He's been very, very good. And the final reason I would say is that because what's his name? Bruno Guimaraes hasn't had to play the number 6 role and he now plays the number 8. He's been given more leeway to be creative in the front. And because of his creativity, we've gotten some balls faster and we've seen him contribute more in the box. I'm gonna say also that while I did say that Tonali is number 6, it's not technically a number 6. He interchanges with Bruno in that position, so there's some dynamism in that particular situation, and we've seen Tonali going forward and Bruno staying back as well. But I think that because he's more likely to be in that position than Bruno, Newcastle has created more chances going forward. With the knowledge that the midfield is going to stay strong if somebody breaks, which was our problem last season, if you remember, especially around this time. Nottingham Forest, all those teams, all they just had to do was pass the ball through the midfield, and it would just go through their right winger, and it's just them and Burn in the back. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay.
Right.
That's a good one. I want to ask a spicy question. Do you think you guys are going to knock Arsenal out of the EFL?
Are we going to knock Arsenal out of the EFL?
Yeah, you guys are playing now, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal and Newcastle.
I'm going to say a categorical yes. It's going to be a draw at Arsenal, and we're going to beat them at St. James Park.
Okay. Which game comes first? So we come to you guys first.
No, you guys play at Arsenal first. We play at
Okay.
Arsenal first.
Okay.
Yeah.
DJ, what's your response to that?
Oh, we're beating Newcastle.
Oh, okay. Even without Bukayo, no Saka, no party.
Saka.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure you. Okay.
We can do
find
it.
out.
I think we will do. I don't think we'll beat them at St. James Park, but we will finish the job at home enough to where we don't need St. James Park.
Okay. AJ with the
It's
sleep
very
job.
interesting. We'll find out soon.
Okay.
I'm excited about this. I think I was so happy that we got to play Arsenal because they.
I was
Yeah.
happier than you. Just because
Yeah.
I
there's this
wanted,
ongoing.
I wanted Spurs, but every Arsenal fan said we need Newcastle. But I think
I
we'll
was-
take it more seriously because we always lose to Newcastle. We'll take it more seriously.
I
Spurs
was
will probably
so
lose, but
happy
taking it seriously.
when I
You
saw
think
it.
you think that you take it more seriously,
Absolutely.
but we'll take it more seriously than you.
In
We'll
our
try.
small ecosystem, right? There's this ongoing Newcastle, Arsenal banter, and I'm just kind of caught in the middle because one Samuel, anytime they play, Samuel will be sending me memes to send to Raji.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, okay, can you DM him directly? Because you're not on Facebook. Who told you to leave Facebook? So it's
Man.
interesting.
It's gonna be
It's cool. I will say that you do a good job of deflecting my attacks on you.
Hey, it's fine.
It's
It's fine.
fine.
I can take
It's
it.
fine.
I can take it.
All right, let me take this one comment real quick. And yeah, we know Aladdin, it was okay that said that about the age thing. I wasn't one who made the previous.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
I just feel some players are genetically at an advantage fitness wise. They're blessed whichever age. Sure.
My bad. I
I'm
thought
with
that
it.
was
I'm
the
not
case.
Which is the reason why I said that Lingard was making a delusional Liverpool statement because some players are just better as they age than others.
Yeah.
Like Vardy. Why is he still playing? I mean, he's
Red
not
Bull.
playing at he's not playing at the best level, but he's playing at Premier League level.
Yeah. I said because he drinks Red Bull.
He does. He drinks and he smokes. Like, maybe he stopped smoking by now, but okay. Quick predictions: Ipswich, Chelsea, United, Newcastle. Oh, they're playing y'all. Damn. Brentford, Arsenal. All right, Ipswich, Chelsea. Who's winning?
Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea's gonna
It's
beat
garbage.
Yeah,
They're probably as worse as Southampton. So yeah, it's Chelsea easy.
absolutely.
Two-
What about
two-
Manchester?
2-0.
You say 3-0? Okay.
I said 2-0.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that scoreline. What about Manchester United, Newcastle? When do y'all play tomorrow?
Yeah,
tomorrow. And I'm going to be controversial on this one. I'm going to say Manchester United.
What? In what
The
way?
reason why is that for some reason, Manchester United can be losing everywhere, but once they decide to play the Newcastle United, they always go ham on us. So I don't have any. We don't have a good record at Old Trafford. Yeah, we don't have a good record at all.
All right, what do you say?
Relegations. We are waiting for our relegation 6-pointer, which is in a couple of weeks. So for this one, I think we have too many players, key players out. Bruno is suspended. Ugarte is suspended. That midfield is going to be a problem. Yeah, he got a 50 yellow card in last game. So because of that, I see a draw. I'll not be surprised. Yeah, I see a draw. I don't think we'll lose just because we've lost 3 times in a row. So I see like a 1-1 draw.
I see a Newcastle win. That'll be like 2-0.
That's what you want.
If we beat them, I would be so elated. But I don't like look at last season. We went to Manchester United was on a bad run. We went to Old Trafford. They beat us 3-0. Kobe Mainoo's goal. Anyway, it brings back horror stories for me. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Raji thinks you lose. Ayo thinks you draw, and I think Newcastle wins. Okay. What's the last one? Brentford, Arsenal. What do you all think?
Brentford
wins
this one.
Okay. What about you, Ayo?
I think it's a draw. Brentford are very good at home. I think it's a draw. Yeah.
I think we have to win.
Like
2-1. I think it's 2-1 Brentford.
Nah,
what do you think, EJ?
We're beating them.
Okay.
2-0.
At Brentford.
We're not going to concede.
So this is another interesting one. 3 different results.
Yeah. A draw, a loss, and a victory. Okay.
It's interesting. This season has been so complicated that it's difficult to predict who's going to win a game at all. Even this Manchester City game today, I was not even sure they were going to win.
Right. And I think they could have drawn that game. Like if Leicester took their chances. But with Arsenal, I think our problem so far has been teams setting up low blocks against us. I don't believe Brentford will do that. So I think we'll be a little bit more open. Now the question is, our finishing leaves much to be desired, but I'm not really. Saka's absence is huge, but like if Arteta plays, let me tell you what he shouldn't do. What he shouldn't do is play Martinelli on the right again. I think we have seen it. We saw one game and we saw enough. He did that against Crystal Palace, not Crystal Palace, whatever game we just played, Ipswich. I think he should play Jesus on the right, keep Havertz up front, keep his midfield. Partey needs to be in that midfield. We don't have right back, left back issues right now, so he can play Partey in the midfield. I think it'll be fine if that happens. So that's why I'm not really worried about Brentford. I just don't want any dramatic tinkering. That guy's a Tinkerbell, man. Tinkers with everything, and now we'll get funny results, and we're going to start scrambling. So that doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to be dramatic tomorrow, Wednesday.
I think you're going to have problems with Mbeumo, especially at home. And I think that Wissa's speed could prove to be tricky for Arsenal, especially at home. But, if you guys can hold it together, because I'm not entirely sure how. I mean, Mbeumo comes in from the right, and he dribbles in and he takes a shot relatively quickly. I don't think your left back is going to be good enough to stop that. But
so it
Saliba
depends on which left back we play.
Okay,
we've been playing a child for the last 2 games because he's been really good, Lewis Skelly, but he is 18. Yeah, he is 18. But Calafiore is back. Calafiore is, to me, he's better going forward than defending. So we'll see. So it really depends on how much steel, Arteta puts on the left. I think the back 3, I think Timber will play. I think our center back pairing will be standard. Is that left back position? I'm not sure who he'll put. But that's the thing. Gabriel and Saliba to handle whatever they bring in front of them.
Okay.
Okay, cool. We'll see.
We have time. Quick top 6 prediction. EJ likes that in the thing.
I think it's always a dynamic top 6.
We're halfway point now. So EJ, tell me your top 6.
Liverpool.
In order.
Arsenal.
You don't think Arsenal win the league?
No. I don't think we're even going to get close. Liverpool, Arsenal. I hate to say Chelsea, but who else? So let's say Chelsea. My friend said Man City is not finishing in top 4.
Did you say that? Last time
on the podcast, I said that was a hot take. So I don't believe that. So I'm going to put Manchester City at 4. And then I think they'll come back up. I think Newcastle will get 5th and 6th. That I don't know, because I don't believe it'll be Villa. I don't believe it will be Brighton. I don't believe it will be.
And I'm sure you'll be happy. You'll be happy about that. It's not going to be Villa. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
We know you're happy because of Emery.
Yeah. Even Nottingham Forest, I don't buy them. I like their run, but I don't buy it. So I don't think they'll be top 6. But I don't know who else it'll be. Right now, the table is Manchester City is in 5th. Newcastle is in 7th. Fulham is 8th, and Villa is 9th. I don't think Tottenham will come up. I don't believe that they will. So let's say Nottingham Forest. Maybe they do something crazy and finish top 6. Yeah, let's say Nottingham Forest. Why not?
Okay, Raji.
I think it's gonna be Liverpool. It's gonna be Arsenal. It's gonna be Chelsea. It's going to be Newcastle. It's going to be Man City. And it's going to be Aston Villa.
All right.
Liverpool won. And I stuck with Arsenal. Beginning of the season, I said Arsenal, but
things change.
Things are changing now. So Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, Newcastle 5th, and I think Brighton. I'm sticking with that. That was my hot take.
Brighton
will
finish top 6.
Yes.
Wow. They've not even won. They've not won in the last 5 games.
They've not. I know, but they will come. They will guess it. Wow. Relegation. I'll just throw you my relegation. I think it's Ipswich, Southampton, and Leicester.
Leicester.
I mean, those are not really hot takes. Those guys are way behind. I mean, Wolves is in contention for relegation too, to be honest with you.
But I just feel like they have too much. Okay, let me take a step back. They have enough goal scoring talent to edge above Leicester.
Oh, okay. Wolves does.
Yeah.
Okay.
To edge a goal, just
Wolves
edge
have
above
scored a
Leicester.
lot of goals. I looked at their goals for
He's got a lot
and
of
goals
goals.
against.
That Cunha kid is not going to be there next season. 100% now.
They've scored so many goals in the 30s. They've scored 31 goals.
Yeah.
That's
but
tough.
I will say that they're probably going to be 17th. Wolves will probably be 17th.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Okay. Yes, I did. Okay, I think that's the end of our podcast. Thank you guys for coming. It ended abruptly, I know. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up. Look at us, under 1 hour. Thank you guys in the comments for participating, and have a good New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Ciao.
Yeah. I guess we do.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing will reach your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing will meet your football needs. Your football needs. Banter from rivalries.